Hello. Hi. Hello, Napoleon. How are you doing? Hope you're well. I did not expect to begin this stream, so like, I considered not doing it at all, or just holding off. But you know what? I've got this over here. I can't really show it. It's a box of spoilers. It's a big box of video games. There's a lot of Xbox games in here. There's a lot of Xbox games. There's some PC games, a bunch of PS1 games, some PS2, and some other bits and pieces. I know. I'm sorry. I've ruined it already. I didn't mean to show so much of a top layer. Hello, Danny. Welcome in. Is my camera like freezing up occasionally? It is on my preview. It's weird. I'll just do this. You missed nothing. You just missed me showing this box. I'll show the side of the box. I can't really show it. There's not enough room. There's not enough room here. I've been doing a bit of clearing out and some tidying up. I've had a lot of this stuff sort of stashed in various places. TOS double D. And I figured I'm just gonna start cramming it. I'm just gonna start cramming it into smaller containers. So this is my first complete box. There's gonna be more. It's gonna take some more work. It's gonna take some more time, but there's gonna be more. So I figured, you know what? Instead of just burying these and forgetting about them for another 20 years, let's have a look. Let's have a look what I've collected over the years. So I'm gonna crack the lid. This might be a satisfying. Can I do this next to the? I've sealed it too tightly. Oh. Okay, I didn't mean to knock the mic. That was probably less satisfying and more horrifying in the end. The lid is off. This is like fucking Indiana Jones here. Anything could come out of this thing. Well, we're gonna start with what's on top because it's kind of in the way, really. We've got an Xbox One Connect. All things considered, you know, a very impressive piece of kit. Did it live up to its potential as a gaming device? No. Did it live up to its potential as another kind of device? Absolutely, you know. There's been use for this in the medical field, therapy, that kind of thing, you know. There's bits falling off this. I feel like I should be wearing gloves for some of this stuff. Some of this stuff has not been well protected off the years. I feel like I should be taking greater precautions. But yeah, this is a dense piece of equipment. This is heavy. I really appreciate the design of the Kinect. It's kind of just, it's too much for what you were gonna use it for on an Xbox. It's too much, and I kind of love that about it. I watched that Xbox documentary on YouTube, like the official Microsoft. I kind of ignored it for a while because when a company makes their own documentary, you kind of feel, this is going to be a bit of a, you know, they're going to smooth over some rough edges. Anything is possible here, Napoleon. My immune system is famously not the high quality. And they went quite heavy into the Kinect stuff on that documentary, and I kind of enjoyed that insight into it. So yeah, we've got this thing here. I'm guessing, was this like this whole bottom bar was just for microphone, right? I remember unboxing this thing and sticking this thing on top of my TV, as I'm sure many people did, and we used it for a hot minute, and then we never used it again. I haven't thought about where to put these things as I like discard them. I think I'm just gonna dump the Kinect down here for the time being. I'll deal with that again when I'm packing up. I mean, we can start with a real showstopper here. Michael Owens, World League Soccer 99. I have no idea why I have this. I have absolutely no idea why I have this. This is not something I would have been interested in ever. But most intriguing about Michael Owens' World League Soccer 99 is that it appears to be in, I mean, this is going to be reversed, but it appears to be in a Ape Escape case. Apparently, Ape Escape used to inhabit this case, and it does not any longer, to my knowledge. I'm opening this stuff live. Okay, Michael Owens' World League Soccer does no longer inhabit this case. I don't think anyone's going to guess what does inhabit this case. I'm not entirely sure what inhabits this case. But we've got... I mean, this checks out for the time period. We've got a copy of Little Authors. Again, this is all... I should probably unreverse this camera. Little Author, early learners, age 5 to 10. From Tring International and Ergo Software. So... folks, we truly do not know what we're going to find in any of these cases. Proof right at the top. We have no idea. Systems Integrated Research, SIR. Sir. I'm gonna... There's nothing else in here. There's no reverse sleeve. It's just Michael Owen. There's your WS99 or Little Author. I guess that lives in there now. What happened to Michael Owen? We do not know. What happened to Ape Escape? We do not know. I'm just gonna start popping. I'm just gonna pop that there. Oh, there's so much to choose from. I mean, going back to the hardware. Going back to hardware, we have a sealed Wii wheel. A sealed Wii wheel. It's very hard to say. That's very hard to say. Why is it sealed? I don't know. This must be a third wheel, because I definitely have 2 out of boxes. I don't know why I would need a third wheel. But I have it. This probably isn't worth like $1 million, right? If there's someone in the US who will take this, has it become an incredible collector's item? I doubt it. There's a lot of these things, right? But there we are. If anyone finds himself needing an unopened Wii wheel, let me know. I've got one. This is very elegant, me leaning back here, isn't it? And just dropping things on the floor. Up next. It's in the case. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, everybody. With PlayStation 2. It's a good cover. It's a good cover. Look at that. It's nice, it's colourful, it's bold, it's vibrant. In my quest for redemption, not even my death can stop me. Very interesting capitalization. They've gone to capitalize my death and stop me. I'm not entirely sure why. And my quest. My quest, my death, stop me. Was that an unofficial tagline of some kind? I remember playing this. There it is. We've got the manual. We've got the memory card holder. That's what we like. We're gonna have to check the quality of these discs. It's not good. It's not great. To be honest, I don't know if the scratch is really gonna. There you go. There you go. Check that shit out. I did not look after my copy of Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. There's a. I love the. I'm trying to get you up. You see the monogrammed PlayStation logo all around the disc? It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It is fucked. It is unfortunately fucked. I've got all my consoles. I've got all my PlayStations. I've got all my PlayStations right here. I just need to. Oh my goodness! What do we have here on the back? But an advert for Beyond Good and Evil. It was meant to be relevant again by now. It is not. Remember video game manuals? Remember when you used to get these? When they used to tell you how to play the game, and they used to give you lore, and they'd all have unique bits of design, and they'd all be like pretty. You'd be excited to read the manual. Remember that? Not anymore, I guess. I remember surprisingly little about this game. I remember playing it. I remember playing quite a bit of it. Don't ask me anything about it. Don't ask me anything about Prince of Persia. I know it was a good game. I know I enjoyed my time with it, but do not ask me anything about it. This does not come with a poster, unfortunately. Unlike Astrobot, which came with a very nice poster. There we have the sand creatures. There are the sand creatures. The sands of time, the hourglass. Long ago, in the age of myths, the sands of time were sealed away within an impregnable hourglass. When the prince commits an unimaginable sin of unlocking the hourglass, releasing the sands, the reason for this precaution becomes evident. What was the reason for the precaution? Danny? Polio? Answer me that. Answer me that. Instructions for putting it in the console. We need to bring this shit back. We need to bring this shit back. It's just you know, it added character. It added character. He could go back in time a few seconds, but it's true. Why was that a danger, you know? I assume it got worse. I assume there was more to it than he could just go back in time a few seconds. There must have been like world-ending threat if he did it too much or something, right? I'm pretending I've got any idea. I don't have a clue. Why am I getting all stuffed up at almost 10 o'clock at night? All right. I'm putting the Prince of Persia manual away. Ubisoft. Old school Ubisoft. This would have opened with the old school Ubisoft intro. You know the one. You know that the light tunnel and the nice plinky happy sounds. Where's that Ubisoft gone, you know? Oh boy. We've got some choices here. Napoleon, I'm going to give you this one. Do we want to go PS1, PC, or Xbox for this next pick? We've got some choices here. We've got some real choices. Danny, you can have next pick. PS1, good choice. A fine choice for what I have here. The cream of the crop, really. Metal Gear Solid. There it is. There it is. Look at that case. Look at that double-decker case. It's a PS1 sandwich right here. Oh no. I can open half of it. There we go. Well, it is a 2-disc collection, obviously. We only have one. We have disc 1. We do have disc 1 of Metal Gear Solid right here. Now, what we do love about the PS1 discs, of course. Look at that. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Why did we stop with the black discs? Bring this back. God, I'm so old. When did I become? Why am I? I'm just streaming here, shouting, "Bring this back! Bring this back!" This is cool. Shows off the scratches even more. Horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Very. Like I played Metal Gear Solid compulsively before I was old enough to really understand it. I played through it with my uncle. Look at that. Look at that back art as well. I'm sorry I don't have any any materials inside the case because I bet they looked great. But yeah, I played this. I played through this with my uncle, and played it quite a lot. I just remember it being a really cool experience, and it was almost like, I don't know, like no one my age at the time, I suppose, kind of knew about it or talked about it. It was just like this cool secret game, I guess. Like, I know that wouldn't be the experience out in the world, but for me it was like, who am I? What? This is great. Video games are, we're not gonna get better than this. Oh no, it was a very good time. We you know, we had nicknames for all the bosses and a bunch of the enemies. The wolves that come into play when you get close to this sniper wolf fight. They were wolfy dogs. I remember we called them wolfy dogs. Yeah, I don't know. It was that kind of, you know, it was that. Metal Gear Solid became more of an interactive movie than it was here, for sure. But it was still that cinematic experience, which other games just weren't doing. You know, I know my first taste of a Hideo Kojima video game. What a game it was! The first time I completed this game was a special moment. A special moment. I definitely was not between the ages of 15 and 17 when I completed this game. But yeah. You know, this was the this was the Psycho Mantis reading your memory card thing, right? And telling you to put in the other disc. Like that was fucking mind-blowing, man. That was fucking mind-blowing. And you know, we may as well roll straight into this because it's here. In fact, let's just go through this small pile here, because when I put these in the boxes, I clearly thought this through. Coming in hot coming in hot for PS2. Metal Gear Solid 3. Snake Eater. 13 British pounds. Was this traded in? No, it was just pre-owned. It was pre-owned. I've got that distinct memory of when I played this for the first time. I'd been sitting on it. Like, I had this for a while and I didn't actually play it. I don't know why. In my head, it was just like, I don't know. Maybe I thought they'd gone too weird with it and I wouldn't understand it anymore or something. I just remember it took me a while to play Snake Eater, but when I did, I was absolutely hooked again. Oh, this is a bonus. I'll open this up here. Let me reopen this on the. There we go. I mean, there it is. But we've got a bonus underneath. I thought this might be possible. There he is. There's your boy. There's your boy Sam Fisher. Running a sneaking mission of his own in a Metal Gear Solid 3 case. Very small leaflet for this one. Basic controls. Basic analog controls. On the back here. Introduction. Stealth game. Sneak in without being seen by the enemy. Sure. He should not be in this case, you're right. What was it? Where was it? Was it in You're right, Blender. Was it in Welcome In, by the way? They did a scene with Sam Fisher and it was quite sad. Was it I want to say it was in Wildlands? Either Wildlands or Breakpoint? It was one of those two. And it was, they hinted at, you know, Snake being gone, and Sam Fisher was the last one of those, still knocking about. And even then, that was so cheeky. They've teased Splinter Cell for so long, and ultimately done nothing with it, so that was very cheeky at the time, but it was still a nice little nod, you know, even if it didn't make much sense. It's just me. That's right. Metal Gear Solid 3 is a 3D action-adventure game that lets you experience the thrill of sneaking past the enemy without being seen. You play the role of Snake, who must infiltrate enemy territory and carry out a top-secret mission. If the enemy sees you, they'll call for reinforcements and things are bound to get rough. You'll want to avoid battle whenever possible. Knowing how to survive in hostile territory will be crucial. In this mission, your top priority will be staying alive in a combat zone. Raid provisions warehouses to get supplies and maintaining stamina and treat wounds to keep Snake in the fighting condition. This game is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons or groups living or dead is purely coincidental. And then a little bit of lore and a tiny sliver at the bottom about Snake. A disciple of the legendary hero Big Boss. He joined Fox after serving in the CIA and spending several years as a Green Beret. His code name for this mission is Naked Snake. He is a master of CQC, a close-range fighting technique that he developed along with the boss. CQC always amused me because I already knew what that meant. I already knew what that stood for. But it's given such weird prominence in this game. They invented cross-range fighting. Still a great game. Still a great game. That remake is, you know, looking pretty good, I have to say. Snake invented fighting. They only knew how to shoot. He taught them how to punch. Back on, I'm trying to figure out if the reverse of his cover has an almost... Oh, it does. Can't really make that out. It is camoed Snake. It's got a little bit of a texture to it. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. It took me ages to start playing this game, but when I did again, just like the first one, I was completely hooked from the start. And again, it was just cinematic and tense, and get wound up in the story, which is over the top and ridiculous. The music, the soundtrack to this game is incredible. Great boss battles. The end. Remember the end? Sneaking around, finding that old geezer sniper in the woods. You can take him out a few different ways. I loved that game. I really loved that game. So what could possibly be next? We do skip over. We skipped over 2. I don't have a copy of Metal Gear Solid 2. Well, I do have a copy, but it's not. I have no idea where that is. Which is a shame because I'd love to see that again. But what we have here is a not so old game. I mean, it's still getting up there because time doesn't stop. But Metal Gear Solid 4 for Phantom Pain. 5, sorry, not 4. Metal Gear Solid 5 for Phantom Pain. This was a bittersweet thing, right? There was kind of that sense going into it that this is it. This is the end of this ride. That in my, this ride I'd been on since I was a very small child. I remember I messaged my uncle when the trailers for this thing dropped and told him, look, Snake is back. Not really. Not the same Snake, but you know. This is a very, very good open world. I don't know how best to describe it. Open world stealth game, I guess. I had a lot of fun with this. It fizzled out though. It fizzled out on me. And I suppose that's nature of like, it didn't really... Am I right in saying that Kojima left before he like finished it how he wanted to finish it? Or did he finish it in a hurry and then got the boot? I don't really know how that worked out in my head. I just remember like you get to a point where it's like you've played this for a bazillion hours, and then you enter chapter 2. It's a different experience. I don't know. There was always that sense that going through this game, it wasn't gonna be the ending I wanted, which kind of put a downer on the whole thing. But I mean, whatever. It was still something to experience, for sure. Fucking sticking balloons on people and sending them off into fucking space, so that they drop down, you know, fucking oil rig mother base in the middle of the ocean. Stuff you could command your horse to poop in this game. How many other games can you do that? Find out. Let me know. I know. Truly. Probably the other weird part of this is that they replaced David Hayter, the voice actor, with Kiefer Sutherland. That's the other thing, right? I don't know the politics. I will have done at one time. I don't know the politics of that decision. Why pay Kiefer Sutherland all this money to come in and clearly not say as many lines as the other guy would have done? So again, it just added to that weird feeling of playing this of... I see why it's great. I'm having a great time with it. But it's not gonna be the ending I want to Metal Gear Solid after all this time. And again, look. I was ashamed of my words and deeds. If you know, you know. This came with a map. This came with a lot of stuff because this actually came with the I got one of the special editions of this. I actually have. I can actually get it. It's been on my desk pretty much since I bought the game. It's been hidden back here. I've knocked something else over. It's been hidden away. Here it comes. Here it comes. So it's just cobwebs and absolutely everything. I've got his hand. I've got Snake's robot hand. Remember, you could fire his fucking hand off like a rocket at people. Remember that? There were some fun decisions made in that video game, for sure. But you know, I can do everything. This has been on my desk this whole time. A relic of Metal Gear Solid 5. Came with this map. It also came with like a Diamond Dogs pin, like an emblem. It wasn't really a pin. It was just like an emblem. So yeah, there were two main areas on this map, right? The border region. I don't think that was the main. I think that was the second area. Afghanistan was the main zone, wasn't it? It looks bigger anyway. You can't see it. It looks bigger. It's a big map. It's a big map. The whole design of the game, when you're starting and ending missions with on-screen credits of who wrote it, and Hideo Kojima's names were 50 times at the start of every single mission. I made my helicopter play Maneater when it came in to extract me. I don't know why I picked Maneater, but it was mostly Maneater. Oh boy. All right, Danny, it's your turn. We've got well, actually, I'll show this because it's loose. I'll show both these things because they're loose. I've got a loose copy of Crash Bash for PS1. Lovely and black. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. There's my copy of Crash Bash. Love to see it. I've got the manual for the PS1 copy of 007 Tomorrow Never Dies. Where's Fongman at? Where's Fongman at? An expert in the field of all things Pierce Brosnan video games. Oh, look at that. Look at that. There it is. There it is. I should have got all the consoles out ready. I could have had them here. For old time's sake, you know. I cannot tell you anything about Tomorrow Never Dies. I cannot tell you anything about this. It probably had some bad car chase bits in it. It probably had some really low polygon representation of the dude Carver. What's the actor's name? He was in Game of Thrones. He was in The Crown. What's his name? Jonathan Pryce. Jonathan Pryce. He's in Slow Horse as well. I don't know. Gadgets. Laser designator. Cuff links. Satellite link camera. Fingerprint scanner. Mine detonator. Medkit. Bonded quite else though. Assault rifle. 9mm SMG. Gas bombs. Grenade launcher. Rocket launcher. Infrared sniper rifle. Not infrared sniper rifle. And PK-7. And sticky mines. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea. Fond memories of Nightfire. I've got fond memories of Agent Under Fire on possibly the GameCube. Possibly the GameCube. Possibly PS2. Possibly both, like it was with Nightfire. But Tomorrow Never Dies. No. Not a clue. Alright, Danny. We've got some choices here again. Same selection. PS1, PC, or Xbox. Where do you want to take us? Where do you want to take us? I'm not going to be doing this for too long, by the way. We're going to be doing this over a course of numerous streams. I did expect to start quite earlier tonight. Xbox, alright. This is our first Xbox game of the evening. This is a very shiny video game case. Conflict Global Storm. I don't know, man. These games weren't great, and yet I still played them. If that makes sense. I don't really remember this one. I remember Conflict Desert Storm. You were hoping it was going to be Fable? Well, you never know. Oh my god. Take the front line online with BT. For the first time ever for Conflict. Play cooperatively over the internet. Prepare to game online with Xbox Live. For a free gaming router and free connection, sign up at bt.com. They sent you a free router? A free gaming router? Did it have lights on it? We're looking at all the console diagrams in these manuals, so there's your Xbox. There's your Xbox. Yeah, so the Conflict series, as I recall, was like it was a 4-man squad, so you'd have, if you were playing by yourself, you'd have 3 AI squad mates, I know that one of them was called Foley. I don't know about the others. I think Foley was the sniper. I don't know if that same squad went through all, or if that was just like the Desert Storm games. I don't know if they copied over to Global Storm. But it was kind of like a tactical shooter. It says, according to the official Xbox magazine, the enemy AI is awesome. So you can't argue with that. So I guess the other ones were, I guess Desert Storm came before this, and they were local play only, and this was the first one that you could do online co-op. So I mean, that's pretty cool. System link for 1 to 4 players. Online multiplayer, voice, friends, scoreboards, in-game Dolby Digital, custom soundtracks. Voice feature requires communication and headset. Sold separately. Yeah, maybe BT will honor this. £25 with telephone order, subject to availability and survey. If your line wants about 2 megabit, we'll offer the best available speed for your line. 2 megabit. 2 megabit. My goodness. My goodness. You know, nice disc. Hello, Pongman. Oh, God bless, Danny. God bless. Doing the important business, you know. This isn't the worst quality disc. I mean, it's not great, but it's not. We've seen worse tonight. Yes, I would just say, I'm just telling the folks, I've got no idea about this game. Ask me Nightfire, ask me Agent Underfire, ask me Everything or Nothing. Do not ask me PS1's Tomorrow Never Dies. I claim to be an expert in the field, but when it comes to Tomorrow Never Dies, let's be honest, it was probably a really poor adaptation of the film. Very poor. Fogman, Napoleon and Danny have directed us so far, so it is now your turn. Do you want to take us to the PS1? Show me your discs. What? Is that a euphemism? I've got. We're showing you discs. Fogman, do you want to take us to the PS1, the PC, or the Xbox? I'm seeing some exciting stuff coming up in this box. I'm seeing some exciting stuff. I don't know how long we're going to go for, but probably not that. But PS1. Next up for PS1, we have. Oh God, I've lifted it by its case and it's opened. I need to preserve the secret. Keep it safe. Here we have a copy of Descent 2. Incredibly, nothing but the finest quality case here. With these old labels. Feel the texture, feel the goodness. A classic PS1 case crack there. Again, I should have unreversed the camera. I should probably do that. If you thought Descent went to the edge of 360-degree 3D power blasting sensory overload, then prepare yourself for 30 all-new terrifying levels in Descent 2. Pit your wits against over 20 highly intelligent robot enemies that actually learn. They actually learn. It's got nothing on alien isolation in this game. Adjusting their actions based on your tactics. Are you ready to go deeper than before? Link cable. 2 consoles. So let's crack this. Oh, something's falling out, and I'm seeing something even more exciting. It's a double disc. It's a double disc case, everybody. I'm very pleased to announce. Oh, this is a beauty. This is a beauty. Look at that. Look at that. Let me get this out. I'm trying not to spoil the surprise of what's underneath it. That's a beauty of a disc. Look at that. Again, it just complements the blackness on the other side quite nicely. I love that. But really, the main event is actually underneath. I've got more. Sadly, I've got more memories of what's underneath than I do of Descent 2. Casper, the friendly ghost. I'd play this. I'd fire this up on stream right now if I could. I never finished this game. I was too stupid to finish this game. It pissed me off. I played it so much. I played it a lot, and I couldn't. I kept getting to like the same point. I don't know what flummoxed me. I just kept getting to the same point. And I had no fucking. I think I needed a key. I needed a key for a door or something, and I couldn't fucking figure out how to get this key. But yeah, I remember this incredibly vividly. I don't remember Descent 2 at all. I played it probably on PC more than on PlayStation. Not a clue. Couldn't tell you a thing about it. Apart from the fact it's Descent 2, you know. I've got no memories there. We do have a manual. No hint of price. Oh. Hold on. The Pink Planet Games Exchange. Is Casper ready to go deeper than before? Casper, he knows nothing less. Where the hell did we get this from, then? Apparently, the Pink Planet Games Exchange has units in Bristol, Frome, Bath, Bedminster, Chippingham, Taunton, Throwbridge, Cheltenham, and Gloucester. Where the hell did this come? Where the hell did I get this at 2 from? I mean, it probably came via a third party, right? We probably didn't get this from the Pink Planet Games Exchange. Someone please find out if the Pink Planet Games Exchange is still in some form existing. It almost certainly is not. Massive selection, fully guaranteed games from half the price. PlayStation, PC, Nintendo 64, and Sega Saturn. The Pink Planet Games Exchange has a little rocket logo. SpaceX eat your heart. Out of business 2019. That is a lot later than I would have guessed. That is an awful lot later than I would have guessed. 5 years ago, the Pink Planet Games Exchange. If you're out there, shout out to the Pink Planet Games Exchange. Thank you for this copy of Descent 2 I probably didn't play. Appreciate it. I'm sure it was good value. We gotta put these back in the cases properly. Descent 2 going on the pile. And Casper. It's good to know what my copy of Casper is. Oh god. I have something here. We have another loose item. 1970s socialist pamphlet you see in Soho. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. We have a very loose item here, and it's very exciting to me. I'm very sad I don't actually have the game. It will be somewhere. But Alien Trilogy. Hot game from your boys at Acclaim. If you forget Alien Isolation, if you've not felt the vibes of Alien Trilogy, look it up. I recommend it, Danny. Alien Trilogy Let's Play. Just watch a Let's Play of the first level and feel the vibes. Really vivid memories of this game as well. It scared me. It concerned me. I was a young boy. But it was cool. Yeah. But, you know, the lower the fidelity for Facehugger, the scarier they are. That game freaked me out in a good way. That was my Alien game. That was the only Alien game that mattered to me until Alien Isolation. Blender. I think it's your turn, mate. We've got PS2, PC, and Xbox. Which way are we going? Which way are we going, my friend? Oh, I've just peeked at what's under some of these games. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited again. I don't know how many we're gonna get through here, but we've got plenty to choose from. PS2, PC, or Xbox. Which way are we going, mate? Oh, I'm excited. I just want to play out PS2. A very fine choice. A very, very fine choice. Oh no, my order. Let me rebuild my order. But what we have here is, before Marvel's Spider-Man, there was Spider-Man 2. This was the one. This was the one that mattered. This is where the swinging got good. That's all that really mattered. Again, very vivid memories. I played a lot of this. I remember a friend owned this before I did. And when I had to stop playing that copy, all I wanted to do is go home and play more. So obviously I ended up with it myself. And I played an awful, awful lot of this game. Let's see what's inside. You have Marvel Spider-Man, Danny. You have the first of the new Spider-Mans, which is also an incredible game. Really good game. If you haven't touched that, you really should. Not before, you know, Red Dead and, you know, The Last of Us and everything else that's on the list. But you should still play that game. It's a good time. I'm happy to report we've got a full manual. We've got the game we intended to find. That's your Spider-Man 2 disc. Not very exciting, unfortunately. But we've seen some good looking discs. So this is just nothing went into that, really, did they? How about this for you know, Activision? Activision. When Activision made games that weren't just Call of Duty. They used to do that, you know. They used to actually exist as a... Well, not make games, but, you know, publish games that weren't just Call of Duty. They used to do it. They used to do it. Well, Spider-Man to Red Dead, it's all... I guarantee that's been done. I guarantee that's been done. Thomas the Tank Engine, he's probably in there. So yeah, really, you just wanted to swing. Like my impression of Spider-Man 2 is that the story missions were bad. The story missions were bad, but just being in the open world and taking on the, you know, the side missions that you'd pick up as you were swinging around, that was the good part. When Activision didn't kill the Spyro games, yep. Let's. Eventually, I'll talk about Astrobot, my time playing Astrobot, and why it really makes me wish video games were different than they were. Apparently, they're doing something with. They should after they put out that Tony Hawk game 1 and 2, and then they binned off what they were gonna do with 3 and 4, and now they're talking about it again. Don't give me hope. Ladies and gentlemen, the Distillers. Why are they in the manual? Beat your heart out. Oh, apologies. The theme from Spider-Man performed by the Distillers. That explains everything. That explains everything. I was very confused for a moment. Also, I mean, I mentioned Activision. I didn't even mention... Is the logo on here? The logo's not even on here. Is it on the back? Yeah, it's on the back. Spider-Man 2 developed by Treyarch. Black Ops 6 coming out real soon. Lineage. true Call of Duty lineage. Without Spider-Man 2, there could not have been Black Ops 6. Man, the companies that encircle Call of Duty, there was a time when they didn't. There was a time when they had to make other games, a diverse range of video games. And then they found the moneymaker, and they stuck with it ever since. On the back, we've got an ad for X-Men Legends. Is that real? Did that come out? Is that a real video game? I have no memory of X-Men Legends. Autumn 2004. Apparently there was a trailer for X-Men Legends in the options menu. It's very good. I have no memory of it. It might be one of those that when I see it, I'd know about it. September 2004? Well, we did the job. Isometric RPG. That doesn't ring any bells at all. Like Ultimate Alliance? Something in it, not ringing any bells. Official movie merchandise. It's important to know that. Hot game. Bad CD art. Hot game. I'm looking at these things. Without this, this is why we have the newer Spider-Man games. Essentially, you know, this is what people wanted. And you know, they kind of reimagined this concept for modern video games, and they did it well. They did it very well. I haven't played that second one. I haven't played the new Spider-Man 2. But I'm sure that I will. Wolverine, they're doing a Wolverine one next, right? Napoleon, are you still here? Double D? I'm gonna circle back to Danny if no one speaks up. Oh, I've looked again. Oh, it just get better. Double D, it's your turn. It doesn't. I haven't even. You don't. I don't even get to read the choices. PC, fine choice. Fine choice. You have selected a remarkable game. And I'm not being sarcastic. Freelancer. There it is. The original Space Trucker. Many games have tried to be Freelancer over the years, and none have succeeded. Let me open this up here. This is a weighty case, by the way. Weighty case, great art. On the back as well. Really nicely designed. And it continues inside. Here's a CD. Nice, minimalist. Really nice. Not in bad quality at all. I looked after Freelancer. This is such a good game. If you don't know, you know, it's kind of one of those. You pick your starter ship. You can go between different stations, pick up missions, pick up bounties. You can do mining. It was basically like you would warp between large zones, and each zone would have a planet or a station in it. This was a really cool video game. Look at the manual design as well. We like it. We like it a lot. We like the ones that put the thought in. There's some screenshots in here. Great combat. Great combat, full, you know, full 3D. I think. You get lost in minefields, asteroid fields. Obviously, different factions. Starfield could have learned a lot from Freelancer. This is the thing about a lot of games that have done the whole space trucking bounty hunter thing over the years. This was a winning formula, and someone just had to copy it. And I don't know if it's like a technical limitation thing that this came out at the right time to do one of those and make it feel vast without, by today's standard, it wouldn't be. But this was a cool game. Am I right in saying that this had some kind of multiplayer element? Online multiplayer requirements. Broadband required to run a server. This had servers? Huge universe populated by 2,000 NPCs from 50 factions, 3,000 trade routes. Multiplayer mode allows players to join together in cooperative missions. I don't know. Did I play this multiplayer? Shipbreaker is cool. Shipbreaker is a cool game. It's a very chill game. Is this? This was from Microsoft Game Studios. Maybe you've heard of them. Maybe you've heard of them. Is this available somewhere? I cannot just Google Freelancer. That's not going to work out for me. It's in stock on Amazon.co.uk. Only £20. It's held its value, folks. I need to know. Is this available digitally anywhere? Or is it just? You're right, Fangman. That's straight where I found it. There's a video here. Freelancer in 2024. The community still keeping it going. I bet there's some mods for this, right? I remember there being some really atmospheric Red Faction was... I probably wasn't far behind you with Red Faction, actually. Funny you should mention Red Faction. Now, I'm not going to put up this video, but there were some really good designs of the space environments in Freelancer. Really atmospheric. Quite immersive. Especially at the age I played it. No, I had a great time. A great time with Freelancer. There was another game that did had like a similar mission structure. It was one of the Colony Wars games. I can't remember which one. They're probably very different. They are very different games, but one of them just had a oddly similar structure. Colony Wars, Red Sun. Red Sun. Yeah. The player assumes the role of a civilian miner turned mercenary. Players continue to engage in a variety of space and atmospheric combat missions. I remember playing a lot of Red Sun. I don't think I played any of the other Colony Wars, but just that one. But yeah, Freelancer, hot game. Emmy! Hello. Hi, thank you very much for raid. I appreciate that. Hello, Novix. Welcome in. Hope you enjoyed your stream. Hope you had some good RP tonight. I think every night could be Smite night, Paul. Truly, we've just been gushing over this copy of Freelancer. There has to be someone else in here who played Freelancer. Save me, Raiders. Come on now. Microsoft Game Studios. You must have heard of them. This manual was declassified. in the year 793 AS. What was AS in Freelancer? What does the dating structure mean? AS. After... I don't know. Is there some lore in this? Not really. Whereas some of the manuals have started with lore, this starts with a photosensitive health warning. The Liberty Security Force, the LSF. Basics of flight. Setting waypoints. Jump gates and trade lines. That's right, you'd need to use jump gates to get between the different star systems. Got some keyboard commands. I appreciate a good game manual that puts in the design. Multiplayer guilds. Multiplayer guilds. This is a great game. This is a really great game. I'm gonna stop talking about it now. I'm gonna stop talking about it. Thank you, Emmy. I apologize for the ad. No, I don't. I don't at all. Thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate that. Emmy, while you're here, you can decide where we go next. PC, PS2, or Xbox is what I've got at the top of these piles. Where would you like to take us? Oh boy, we've got a story for one of these. One of these games on top of this pile is responsible for me being here right now, essentially. Perhaps not this exact copy of it. PC, a fine choice. A fine choice. But the game in question is none other than Star Trek Voyager Elite Force plus expansion pack. Without this game, I would never have got into RP. Without this game, I would not be at Let's RP. I would not have met Danny. I would not have met most of you here. It is as simple as that. This is a great game. For you know, your tropey, let's make a Star Trek game, let's make a shooter. It was actually a really, really good one of those. Maybe the only good one of those? Question mark? Good CD designs. We've got the expansion pack in here. This is a life-changing video game. This was a life-changing video game. Good CD designs. We've got them both. They're both here. They're in good condition. So yeah, this came with like a... Like I was big on... Voyager was like my first real encounter with Star Trek. So it always holds a special place for me. I know that's not the case for a lot of people. But it holds a special place for me. I love the set design. I love the set design of Voyager. It's and the look of the ship. It's just great. Those curves, you know, those curves. I was gonna say something about Star Trek Picard, but maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. But I remember this thing came with a virtual tour of the ship, which was essentially they joined up a lot of the single player maps into one big map, or as best they could with some smoke and mirrors, and just let you wander around the ship and talk to people, and kill Neelix, which is the main thing that people did in this game, is go and kill Neelix. Thank you for sliding doors reference. We've got the I've actually got the serial numbers on the bottom there. If anyone wants to steal my my copy of Star Trek Voyager Elite Force plus expansion pack. Activision Survey, again another Activision published game. They did do it, and again, Raven Software. All roads ultimately lead back to Call of Duty, eventually. But before then, all these companies and all these publishers and all these developers actually made other games. Oh, here we go. We can actually see Expansion pack, set phases to frag. Virtual Voyager tone mode puts you right at the heart of the action, exploring 10 of the Voyager's decks, including crew quarters. 21 new multiplayer maps, new characters, including Captain Janeway as Borg. New single-player missions, including an intense Captain Proton shoot fest. That's right. They put in some black and white Captain Proton missions. For people who know Voyager, it looked and sounded exactly as it should, and it was great. The holo match, the multiplayer, the holo match modes of this, a lot of fun. A lot of fun. They re-released it. Someone re-released the multiplayer of this not that long ago, like a couple years ago, and it was still good. I mean, it looked like that, except you had some high quality textures, I guess. Thank you very much, Danny. We truly are enjoying our gaming more than ever before here. Yeah, they had some like higher quality textures and stuff, but other than that, it was kind of like the same. It was just the same game. But Raven actually let them repackage it and redistribute it. And it's still fun. It's still fun. So yeah, there was a big modding scene for Elite Force and a big roleplay scene. I bounced between a couple of communities, a couple of servers. Made some videos. Met a lot of people who I don't speak to anymore. I guess it was just before the point where I had an interest in maintaining those connections. I wasn't streaming, of course, so that wasn't really a factor. All the communities eventually just shut down, I guess. I came to the scene pretty late, relatively speaking. Well, no, that's a lie. I came to it kind of at its peak, but I stuck with it as it kind of faded. Fascinating video game. One of those cases where it lived on, it lived on via the modding scene a lot longer than it probably should have done. But as its heart was still a really cool game. It was a good Star Trek shooter in a sea of not so good Star Trek shooters. It was based on the Quake 3 engine, so it actually says here. Fight alongside crew members with the addition of Icarus AI, an enhancement to the Quake 3 Arena engine. The Quake 3 Arena trademark engine powers the dynamic gameplay as you fight for survival through 40 ultra-intense single-player missions and 16 multiplayer arenas. I just remember enjoying exploring the ship. Shooting the baddies felt good. Shooting Neelix felt good, but I just remember enjoyed exploring the ship. Because that was what I loved Voyager for. And yeah. So without there is a direct through line between this game and me making videos for RP communities and ultimately coming to GTA roleplay. Great game. I'm glad I've still got it. Like freelancer, like many of these, I'm glad it's still here. That pleases me. Thank you, Emmy. Paul, if you're here, mate. PC, PS2, or Xbox? No price on that one. No price. No pressure. Okay. You don't have to participate. You won't be. You probably little GameSpy logo. In fact, really, I just saw it out the corner of my eye, and it really just threw me through a loop. Remember GameSpy? Remember that? Remember that old thing? Man. Now that truly was video gaming. 3D FX Voodoo Banshee 2, 3, 4, and 5. or supported for Windows 95 and Windows 98. All right, Danny. I'm making an executive decision. Maybe, probably not last game, but we're getting there. Oh, there's one for you in here. That's quite a few for you in here. PS2, PC, or Xbox. I wanna mention this game. PS2. It's not the game I want to mention, but it's still pretty interesting because this is our first demo disc. There's more to come. I'm certain of it. PS2 demo discs. Remember them. They truly do not make them like we used to. So Pro Evolution Soccer 2 headlining alongside PES 2 versus FIFA 2003. I do want to know, Danny. Oh, this is fascinating. Toy Story. Good, solid choice. This is an interesting. Looking back on this now, is Pro Evo still top of the PS2 leagues, or has FIFA made a shock comeback? Who can say? Hello, Gabe. Welcome in. Also on this disc, we have Ape Escape 2, Rocky, Formula F1 2002, and Egomania. Plus some footage from Devil May Cry 2, Midnight Club 2, Primal, War of the Monsters, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, Sly Raccoon, The Mark of Cree, and more. It's in the case. Very proud to announce. There you go. There's your demo disc. Demo disc, official PlayStation Magazine demo disc 29. I like the blue discs as well. I do like the blue discs. I like the blue discs actually. I suppose that was for theme, but it made sense. You know, blue interiors. Memory card holder. F1 2002. I mean, you see a picture of it up there. And it's go, go, go for the latest incarnation of Sony's Grand Prix Racer. What the hell is Egomania? Cutesy puzzlers are commonplace, but when they evolved comedy chicken embryos, who are we to say no? I feel like I need to see some footage of Egomania soon. Ape Escape 2. I mean, it's Ape Escape, you know. It's Ape Escape. It's Ape Escape. Who am I to say that they should make another one of those? But again, when we start talking about Astrobot, I'm going to be telling you they should probably make another Ape Escape. And I know exactly the people who should make another Ape Escape. I don't make rules. I got a lot of these. I have no memory. I have no memory of getting or reading the official PlayStation magazine. I just know that I had an awful lot of demo discs, and some of them I played a lot. Some of them I probably played the demos more than the full games, because that's what you did. That's what you did when you were a kid. You played what you had over and over again. And if that was a small slice of a thing, you played the small slice of a thing over and over again. Not the greatest headline for me. I wasn't really... I did play PES 2, I guess. I wasn't playing FIFA for a while. And then, even then, my time with FIFA at that kind of period was actually pretty short. It came back, you know, it's come back over the last few years, regrettably. But yeah, this probably wasn't. Ape Escape 2 was probably my headline on this. Had no interest in F1 whatsoever. So yeah, Ape Escape 2 by far. As for the game footage, maybe Midnight Club 2? Oh. Oh. Right at the bottom, the last thing on the list. The making of Kingdom Hearts. Oh. Oh no. Gabe. Okay, possibly the last, maybe the last little look at the night. Where would you like to take us, Gabe? Would you like to take us to the Xbox, the PS2, or the PC? Depending on which one you choose here, we might re-roll afterwards. PS2? Oh! Talking of classics, it's already been mentioned tonight. Danny, prepare to get excited. It's the PlayStation 2's deadliest game, according to the PlayStation 2 PlayStation magazine. Can you tell what it is yet? It's Red Faction. There it is. There it is. Again, one of those mind-blowing experiences at the time. Which, I mean, look, they still took it places. They still did what, you know. It took a step back from Red Faction 2, you could argue. They pulled it back with Guerrilla, and then they fucked it up. They fucked it up. But let's not dwell on that. Let's not dwell on that. Red Faction, hot game. And what was the name of the engine? It's probably on here, right? Geomod. The Geomod engine. That is a great name for a video game engine. One that involves you, you know, fucking just destroying everything in real time. Let's look at the disc. I would play some Red Faction. I've got it in my Steam library. I think. I'm gonna double check that right now. I don't know why. I don't want to come on the internet and lie to people. I thought that music was about to kick into the fucking PlayStation loading music. Let me just hear the start of that song again. Oh. That was a tease. That was a tease. I really thought that was about to go places I wasn't expecting. Do I have this? Do I have Red Faction in my library? I don't? What? I thought for sure I did. I thought for sure I did. I do have another older account. It might be on that one. It might be on another account. 8.79 on Steam, regardless. Red Faction, still there. I wonder if it's Red Faction on Steam Deck could be interesting. Again, just really cool game. The engine allowed you just to, you know, if you wanted to burrow your way through the fucking Earth, or in this case Mars, to get to where you wanted to go, you could do that. If you wanted to stop something from crossing a bridge, you just fucking blow up the bridge. The multiplayer was really fun. I remember one level, Danny, you probably remember it, like 2 bases directly opposite each other in like a canyon. And the meta was to get a rocket launcher and just blow the shit out of each other's bases from across the canyon. It was either to fire the rockets, or it was to burrow around the edge of the side of the map and just pop it up in their base with a tunnel. Incredible game. Really incredible game. Probably parts of the story probably went over my head at the time. Oh god, there's an advert for a not so great game on the back of this manual. Thick manual, big chunky manual. Well designed. Really well designed actually. Look at this. Look at this. That's great. Mars is the planet of opportunity. Its mineral wealth feeding the insatiable needs of Earth. A planet stripped of raw materials and minerals. Ultor Corporation,
aptly named after the ancient Roman temple dedicated to Mars, the god of war, owns all the mining rights on the planet. The company is an expert at maximizing production while minimizing costs. Fortunes are made. Every time I look at myself, I look like this camera situation isn't working out. It's at a bad angle. I need to do something better with this. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I'm way too. It's looking down at me too much. I don't like it. Now that's kind of a bit lower, but it's still. It's not. It's not great. It's not great. Even if I detach the camera from my monitor, it's too. You'd be so far off the side. It wouldn't matter. I think it's slightly better now anyway. This is a good manual. Let me just get to this bit. All the weapons. Some war on all the weapons. Where's the rocket launcher? Let me see it. Remote charges, obviously very useful in a game where you can just blow everything up. Where's the rocket launcher? That's a iconic design for me. That sort of boxy looking thing. Rail driver. Fusion rocket launcher. Turns out the rocket launchers only get bigger. They only get bigger. Vehicles, I don't really remember the vehicles being interested in, apart from this one, the driller. Because again, anything that involved just burrowing holes into the world. That's kind of what you wanted. Submarine, you could get, yeah, that's right. There was like an underwater fucking section on this. But the driller is what you wanted. There's your boy Hendrix. There he is. That's him. Let's get this lore on all the characters. There's Eos. Does she die at the end? Spoilers? Did I make that up? For one thing I remember about the story. Continue the fight at redfaction.com. I'm going to redfaction.com right now. Redfaction.com. It's redirecting me to redfaction.com/lander. It's a blank page. It's a blank page. Sad times. Sad times. But again, one of those games, kind of like. I mean, it was PS2, so obviously I was older playing this, but this set me up for real disappointment later, because I thought this was the future of video games, and in many ways it still should be. It still should be, but I don't know why. How did we get a game like Red Faction, and then even in its own series, we devolved to whatever the hell that last one was? Red Faction Apocalypse? Or something? This one came from the Game Exchange. I won't show you the type. This one came from the Game Exchange. Not the pink Game Exchange. But great game. Great game. Yes, also PC and PS2. Well, no, reverse for me. PS2 first, then PC. I swear I've got a copy on Steam on another account. All right, we'll make this one the last one, Danny, because all these three are interesting. In their own way, I guess. PC, Xbox, or these are both Xbox. Standby. No, I've got some decisions to make. Oh God. Oh god, I've got a lot of decisions to make. You know what? Some of these will be good for next time, so. Okay. PC. Xbox One. No. Alright, we'll do it this way. I can differentiate. PC, Xbox, or Xbox 360. Introducing an entirely new console into the mix. The 260, fantastic. Very helpful. 360. Well, Danny, it's been a banger time for you. We've got Skyrim. We're jumping all the way forward to 2011. This is still a mod. This is still a new game in my head. In my head, until there's another Elder Scrolls game, Skyrim will always be just coming out. So I get, what is this like? So is this again a collector's edition case? Did I get the big box? I might have got the big box. I'm removing it from its sleeve. Mirror's Kiss. Thank you, Blender. It's everyone's favourite. I know, I really didn't think this stream through, did I? Oh boy, there's something very exciting in here. Not the game disc. It used to be there. There's a bonus disc. This is nice. I've seen the game disc around. I know the game, but the map is the star here. It's actually made of a fabric. It's a fabric map. Well, I say fabric. It's not really. It's made to feel like fabric. It's a very nice feeling map. It's a very tactile map. How does the map smell? It smells alright, actually. Good map. Again, another thing that I'm glad I still have. I know it's a meme, you know, how many times Skyrim has come out since. You can play this thing on your toasters if you so choose. But there's a reason for that, right? And the reason is it was a big game. It was a great game. If you're into that sort of thing. I was so hyped for this game. I watched the QuakeCon demo that Todd Howard did many times. Like looking back on it now, some of the things are ridiculous. Like he walks diagonally in third person and the crowd goes fucking wild because that wasn't properly animated in previous games. Which now you do kind of go, fuck? Why are you celebrating that? Sure, that's just like basic rules of animation, right? You should probably animate your character, your player character going in the direction you want to travel in. But you know, I suppose that spoke to what Bethesda was doing with these games. Just the two-handed spell system synergized really well. I mean, it's what is there to say about an Elder Scrolls game, right? It was the biggest one of those that they've done. Is it the most well loved? Maybe not. I've got one in here that might take that crown. I don't know. Depending on your point of view. Well, no. Skyrim probably is just because of the amount of people it reached where the others wouldn't have, because of their age, I guess. Some people would argue it's been watered down in some respects over time as it's reached as a wider audience. I think that's people like Fallout has definitely been guilty of that as well. Like Fallout 4 in particular caught quite a bit of flack for the dialogue choices compared to previous games. But also that also just it gives it an accessibility that it just pulls in a bigger crowd, you know? And some people will hate that. But you've got to respect the move, and it's no one can argue with Skyrim's longevity, you know? We sit here 13 years on, and it doesn't, in many ways, still feel like an old game. Yes, they've re-released it and put the work, well, not necessarily put the work in, but they've put some work in. To keep it relatively relevant. I would be intrigued to fire up my Skyrim save and just have a wander. But that's probably going to be too much work for me. Folks, there's still many games in this box. A lot of Xbox games we haven't encountered. A few more PC classics. And not so classics. Some more demo discs. One absolute banger for the PS2 in here. And some real cult favorites. One more thing. I probably should have pulled this out right at the top after we looked at the Kinect. The PlayStation camera. Remember this thing? The PS4? Very different to the... For the same generation of console, very different kind of camera to the Kinect. In many ways, despite the Kinect being as technically advanced as it was, this was almost more responsible for building hype for the PS4 than the Kinect was for the Xbox One. Because everyone saw those videos of the fucking startup, you know, the fucking AR startup stuff, where you have to install your controller and all that. And then this thing introduced us to Astrobot, right? This is how we were first introduced to Astrobot, arguably the current PlayStation mascot. We just didn't know it at the time. You could chuck out those robots and they do things, and they dance in your controller. Then you could, you know, throw out a little rubber ducky for them to play with. There was a whole PlayStation Live streaming scene in the early days, which was fascinating. Which was just people using the inbuilt live streaming platform that Sony had made. And because everyone had these cameras, they'd just be streaming themselves in their homes, playing guitar or just hanging out. Maybe doing things they shouldn't have been doing on a live stream from time to time. But it was a really interesting vibe. It was a really... You know, I suppose we take that period for granted now, but it gave everyone that ability to live stream. I didn't. Spoilers, I didn't do any of that. But I watched some, and I don't know why I watched many of them, but it was oddly compelling to go between some of those streams. And yeah, it's the PlayStation camera again, not something that really did all that much, but still had an impact and rolled into all the hype for the PlayStation 4. The Skyrim is probably... No, the Phantom Pain is probably the latest release in this box. I think that's the only PS4 game in this box. Everything else is before that. My PS4 and Xbox One collection is pretty pristine. This is genuinely all. This was just in random plastic containers and plastic bags in some cases. So I've just assembled them all together here. So yeah, we're gonna come back to this. We're gonna do this again. We're probably gonna do this a few more times because there's still many games to go through. It's not that compelling viewing, but I'm enjoying it. It's good to give all these things their due. You know, I've held on to them this whole time. We may as well see what we can say about them before we put them back in the box and forget about them for many more years. Spoiler alert, Danny, these things would come with me. I just had to double check what one of them was. There's a PS2 game in here. This is very exciting. I genuinely didn't know I still had a copy of this. Oh yeah. We're gonna do this again, folks, and it's gonna be exciting for sure. There's no one I know. There's no one on my followers to raid, unfortunately. So I think we just end it. Do I have? No, I don't. Look, after all this time, I do have a stream ending scene on one of my collections, just not this one. All right, just not this one. I can't help it. I will eventually get the scene together. There's something else here. No, it's just a PlayStation camera again. I thought I'd left it out, but I put it back in the box like an idiot. Say goodbye to PS, everybody. Say goodbye to Piers. It is, in fact, bedtime. Thank you very much for hanging out, everybody. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much for Raid, Emmy, as well. Thank you for coming in and hanging out and opening up some games with us. Thank you, Fogman, for answering the call of Piers. Yeah, we're going to do this again sometime. I will be back tomorrow night, I believe. I think we're going to be... Hi, Ben. You've done it again, mate. I'm out of here. Welcome in, Ben. And goodbye. We've been opening up a lot of old games, Ben. And the box is still... The box is still pretty hefty. You know, it's four deep of that. So there's a lot more games to get through. And we're going to get through them all. Just not tonight. We got through a good haul. Ben, I'm just going to throw some at you. A quick recap for you. Just some highlights here. Red Faction. Star Trek Voyager Elite Force. The reason I'm at Let's RP, this game right here. Freelancer. Come on, Ben, please. No one here has talked Freelancer at me. Please, Ben, I'm relying on you. Freelancer. Ben, please. Please, Ben. Please, Ben, look at his face, please. Ben, please tell me you played through it. No! Oh, we tried. Spider-Man 2. The sleeve for Alien Trilogy. Danny, watch that video. Descent 2. Conflict Global Storm. This wasn't meant to be here, but Metal Gear Solid 5 and Phantom Pain, but it worked out because we also had Metal Gear Solid 3 and the original. Not the original, because the original was Metal Gear, but the original Metal Gear Solid in its double-decker case. Beautiful. Prince of Persia. And of course, Michael Owen's World League Soccer 99 in an Ape Escape case, which doesn't actually have Michael Owen in it. It's got where it all began. Little author. No idea what that is. I've already forgotten which case Casper the Friendly Ghost is in, so damn, it's gone. So yeah, tomorrow night I think we're going to be back with some Jay Walker. Jay has got some decisions to make. He's been made an offer for reclaiming sole ownership. It's got very quiet in here all of a sudden. We're claiming sole ownership of JWN. So we're going to be working through the ramifications of that decision. And we'll see what else happens. So that's my plan for tomorrow, all being well. I should probably try and eat more tomorrow. I didn't really eat much tonight. I'm starting to feel it. Oh yeah, and I'm sure Maisie has a lot to say about things that may or may not have happened recently as well. So I hope we see you tomorrow night, folks. Thanks so much for coming in. Thank you much for hanging out. We'll open some more old games together in the future. But until then, take care. Bye-bye.